Yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, Wacky here, back again with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about redemption. Yes, the redemption of a man who gave up everything, his life, his family, and even forsake his emotions for one single goal of his life, to be the #1 hero. Yes, we're talking about none other than Endeavor from My Hero Academia, also known by the name of Enji Todoroki. I'm gonna break down the events of the fight that takes place between Endeavor and the high-end Nomu and show you how a person who dedicated his entire life to surpass a symbol of peace, destroying everything that came in between his goal, redeemed himself. Now, I will go into the manga spoilers at the end of the video, but there will be a warning before I do so. So without wasting any time, let's roll the intro. Okay, so in order for me to properly dissect Endeavor and his fight, the video will be divided in 5 parts: the background of the fight, the setup, the fight itself, the conclusion, and implication of everything that happens. So let's begin with the background. Alrighty, so we start off with the Japan Billboard Heroes ranking arc, where we see Hawks as the #2 hero and Endeavor as the new #1. We see Hawks giving a speech out of turn and kind of playing everyone down. He says, やること変えなくていいんですか? 象徴はもういない。節目のこの日に俺より成果の出てない人たちが何を安牌切ってんですか? もっとヒーローらしいこと言ってくださいよ。 This makes it hard for the next person in line, Endeavor, to say anything after all the things Hawks said. But Endeavor calmly says, 弱敗にこうも煽られた以上、多くは語らん。俺を We see him determined, and the only one moved by this is Hawks, because he's the only person we see who actually claps. This means that Hawks was the only one who understood what Endeavor meant. This is all actually pretty weird if you think about it. Endeavor is not the type of person to attend these kind of ceremonies, and yet he's there. I know it is said that all the heroes were required to attend, but still. Actually, if you look carefully, Endeavor has been a little off since season 4 began. What I mean is that take the time just after the provisional license training for Bakugo and Shoto. He literally says that he is proud of Shoto and is going to change and be a hero that Todoroki can be proud of too. I mean, he definitely changed from when he was like,
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule #1, never trust.
It is clear to see that Todoroki sympathizes with him a little bit, even though he hates Endeavor. Seeing Endeavor, even Inasa is shocked, and Endeavor also tries to calm Baldi and tells him he's bleeding. And we see Inasa hitting himself, which would only mean that he regrets having a beef with Endeavor and wants to start afresh. After Endeavor leaves, we see Todoroki happy about his dad for the first time during the entire series. Up until now, he was like, and that is not all. After the JP Billboard arc, Endeavor asks Hawks to apologize to everyone for the way he talked, and when I saw that, man, I knew Horikoshi was taking this guy somewhere. So by this time we have already seen that the guy who was hated by the people has finally started to soften. Being the #1 hero affected Endeavor on a whole different level. The guy whose goal was to surpass the #1 is not his goal anymore. He doesn't just want to get stronger, he wants to protect the people in front of him and reassure everyone that he's there. He's the #1. Everyone knows that Endeavor cannot be the symbol of peace, that All Might was. Hell, even Endeavor knows that. I mean, his thoughts while talking to All Might is like,
have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
That is why he asks All Might what it means to be the symbol, and reflects upon himself, but he still wants to protect the world just like All Might would. But is he able to do so? Well, yes, duh, why would I make a video otherwise? After the JP Billboard announcement, we see that Hawks wants to talk to Endeavor for a possible team-up because apparently there have been some new eyewitnesses of the bioengineered Nomu. Well, it isn't revealed in the anime yet, so I'll talk about it in the spoiler section of the video, but moving on. The next day we see Hawks and Endeavor out to get some lunch, and on the way we see a lot of Hawks' fan and also the way he operates. He's constantly working even while chatting with Endeavor, but right after we see a few kids and one of them asks the other that isn't Endeavor his favorite. The kid tells the fan to go say hi and stuff, but he hesitates. Endeavor sees that and goes near the kid and tells him that he doesn't need to hesitate and moves his hand forward for a handshake. Seeing that, the kid cries tears of blood, saying that Endeavor doesn't do fan service and runs away thinking that there's something changed with him. Funny the scene is, the kid is right. Endeavor is not the person he was before, but seeing that reaction he thinks that it worked on Baldy, so why not the kid? Which clearly tells us that Endeavor is also an airhead just like Shoto for not understanding what just happened. Anyways, now we see Endeavor and Hawks go to get lunch and discuss about the partnership, and just like that, they are attacked by the high-end Nomu. The fight starts with Endeavor asking Hawks to rescue everyone from the building, and then we cut to Flame Hero's family. There we see his wife telling Natsuo that she's getting better because Shoto is writing her letters and Endeavor is trying to change as well. He's not just trying to leave everyone. We see that there are flowers near Rei's bed and she tells us that Endeavor visits her in secret. She hasn't seen him, but those flowers are Rei's favorite flowers that she only told Enji once, and he put new ones every once in a while. Then we cut to the epic animated fight between Endeavor and the Nomu. The hyena is looking for the strongest fighter there is, and Endeavor is happy to help. At the same time, Hawks is trying to rescue everyone using the fierce wings and mentions that Endeavor is actually flying while fighting. Endeavor corrects him, saying he's not flying, he's just not falling. Our flame hero starts the fight and discovers that this Nomu is the black one and figures out that the black Nomus are the strongest ones and this is an intelligent one. We see more fight and Endeavor use his flash fire fist Hell Spider, a long name, but the creature manages to dodge Endeavor's attack and grab Endeavor with an elastic grip, and immediately he gets Endeavor slammed through the entire building, sending him to the other side of it. The whole building is cut in half in the process, but the visuals done by the staff take the whole scene to 11. We see our hero damages the Nomu quite a few times, but he regenerates right back up. Endeavor, after numerous failed attacks, admits that Nomu is stronger and faster than Endeavor, and the Nomu then goes up and releases minor Nomus into the streets, and Hawks must take care of that as well now. Because of that, Hawks and Endeavor can't team up. We see that Endeavor is getting to his limit because using Flash Fire Fist overheats his body. Endeavor then evades and charges up his flame into a single brilliant heat ray, deciding to use his ultimate finishing move, Prominence Burn, burning the Nomu's body to ash. This whole scene is beautifully animated with very contrasting visuals. The High-End appears to have been defeated, however, Endeavor realizes too late he wasn't able to disintegrate the whole Nomu because the creature tore his head off to avoid completely being incinerated. The Nomu mocks Endeavor for not killing him, and while regenerating, he attacks Endeavor with his elastic bone blades and strike him in the face, potentially destroying his left eye. Endeavor is then shown lying on his back, apparently dead at a destroyed building. At the same time, we see everyone watching it in horror. Even Natsuo and Shoto seems to be shocked and horrified to see that Endeavor has been defeated. The panic spreads among the citizens who desperately try to escape, pushing and shoving in their panic to get away. While the security forces and various heroes try unsuccessfully to reassure them, the panic increases when High-End approaches them. All the civilians are scared and rushing away from the scene, and the reporter who is covering the scene laments that all this is the result of not having a symbol. Then we see the Endeavor fan from earlier go to the reporter and tell him to look at the building again. Endeavor's flame hasn't gone out yet. He's still fighting and protecting everyone that matters to him, using all his strength. Then we see Endeavor get back up and attack Nomu back again. The High-End stabs his body, but Endeavor says that he is grateful for the pain because that is what's keeping him on his feet. Then we see Hawks mentioning that Endeavor has the firepower but not the speed to finish the Nomu, so he lends Endeavor his wings to propel him and make him faster. With Hawks' burning wings and Endeavor's last remaining strength, Endeavor grabs Nomu's head and decides to incinerate him from the inside because during the entire fight, the High-End has been protecting his head. Endeavor goes plus ultra and gives him his ultimate move, Prominence Burn, again from the inside, destroying the Nomu in the matter of seconds, protecting the whole area and everyone in it. He goes down and raises his arm just like All Might as a symbol for victory. We see the expression of relief from Shoto's face and the whole world welcoming the new number 1. This fight shows us Endeavor's conviction. Up until now, there had been people who doubted and hated him. There were people who were unsure if this person can save them when it came to do or die, and Endeavor answers all of them with this fight. He shows the entire world just like he promised and wins everyone's heart. We now know that he understands the meaning of being the number 1. It is not just being the strongest, but being everyone's hope. Being the one who carries the burden, being the one who saves people's smile. He cannot be the symbol of peace by smiling like All Might, but the symbol of hope that there is someone who is there when they need him. There is someone who will give up everything to protect these innocent lives, and that is how Endeavor is able to redeem himself. He is not the same person anymore. He wants to protect his family as well as the rest of the world. He wants to see everyone smile, and this fight is not the end, but the first step towards redemption and the first step towards forgiveness from his family. Alright, it is good to see that you guys made it till here, so let's discuss the implications of this fight, which is a spoiler region. So if you have not read the manga, please read it and come back, or you can also watch it, but keep in mind that this will be a spoiler for anime, guys. If you want to skip the spoiler part, go to this timestamp. Okay, so you have read the manga, you know what's about to happen. Personally, I wasn't that happy with how they squished this fight in season 4. I would have actually preferred that they leave this part for season 5 because, first of all, this fight isn't complete yet. The part with Dabi is totally cut off and season 5 is probably gonna start from there. But the most important scene that I think should have been included was a scene where we see Hawks betraying the heroes and revealing that he's working with Dabi and is the person behind the attack. I know he didn't really betray them and he was gonna take Endeavor to the villains the next day and got betrayed by Dabi instead, but I think it would have been a really awesome part to end season 4 at. People would have lost their freaking minds at the revelation and they could have shown that instead of this Deku post-credit scene that they showed. I mean, they could have probably animated both the scenes and included them, but can't complain anymore. What's done is done. But now we will talk going over to the villains and also the next part, the joint training arc and Black Whip, baby. We will now see Endeavor working with Deku, Shoto and Bakugo, so excited for that. And My Hero Academia, oh my bad, My Villain Academia as well. Honestly, I can't wait to see more Twice. He's definitely my favorite villain, or should I say, he was. Alright, so for the end, I'd say this was probably not the best season, but not the worst either. I would still consider season 3 to be better, but this season brought a lot of stuff and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. So that's it for today. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one. This is Wacky, checking out. Peace.